Okay, so rational expressions. Basically, fractions, okay? So we've done a lot of these before, but before we make this problem really hard, we're going to just reduce. Example 1, we're going to reduce. I know if I look at, make my little fraction bar, because I know the answer is a fraction. Let's just start with the fraction bar, okay? I know the answer is going to be fraction, a little fraction bar. I know 3/6 would reduce to 1/2, right? 4 of these x's would cancel with 4 of these x's, and I'd be left with 3 x's on the top. Right? Does that seem easy? Yeah. Okay. Number 2.
Oh, you don't have to put the 1.
You don't need the 1. Totally right, Gage. You don't need the 1. Right. Absolutely right. Okay, below fraction bar, because we know the answer is going to be a fraction, right? Below fraction bar, okay. 6/3 makes a 2, 1. And Gage, you're right, I don't need the 1, but I'm going to put it there anyway, okay. 3 of these x's cancel 3 of these x's, so you should be left with x to the 4th on the bottom, right? Does that make sense? X to the 4th on the bottom. 3 of these y's cancel 3 of these y's, so I'm left with y to the 2 on the top. And Gage is right, I do not need the 1, but it's there, okay? Thumbs up? Okay, good. Okay, number 3, okay? So let's put a little fraction bar. Now, there's a couple ways to do this, and I want to find the easiest for you. I really do. One way is just to multiply all the way through and then reduce. That will work, okay? And that's probably the way I'll do it. But a faster way is just to start cross-canceling, right? Like you can cancel these 2 x's with these 2 x's. See what I'm doing right there? Why not, right? I can cancel 3 of these x's with 3 of these and just have an x left over. See what I'm doing? It's actually a lot easier than multiplying all the way across. 2 of these y's can cancel 2 of these y's. We'll be left with y3 there, right? This 3 would go into this 15, 1 and 5. This 2 and this 8 becomes 1 and 4. Do you like that way? Or do you want to multiply it all the way out? I like this way. I really do. I like to cross, we call it cross-reducing or cross-canceling. So let's do some cross-canceling. This x squared would cancel out that x squared, wouldn't it? Gone. Boom, boom. That x squared, gone. This x3 and this x4, there's 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top. 3 of these would cancel 3 of these, so I'll just put an x on top, like an x1. Let's see, I got y2 and y5. 2 of these y's will cancel 2 of these. I'll cancel 2 of these with 2 of these, which means I'll be left with y3 on the top, right? Oh, let's see, 8 and 2. Let's see, 2 goes into 8 4 times, so I'd go a 1 and a 4. And a 3 and a 15, right? I could reduce 3 and 15ths into 1 and a 5. Now, when I do all that cross-simplifying, I still might not be done, but the problem is going to be a lot simpler. So let's see what I have left. I've got a 5 x y to the 3rd over 4. Okay. Now you could have done it the other way. You could have just multiplied straight across, and then canceled in the end. But I think it's easier to do this because sometimes you get really big numbers. If I just cancel as I go, I get little numbers. Okay. Thumbs up, you guys. Okay with the cross canceling? It's actually a pretty easy technique. Okay, number 3. How do we divide fractions? Well, we invert and multiply. Yep, so if you have A over B divided by C over D, let's just use letters, right? The way you divide fractions is you flip the second fraction. So it'd be A over B times D over C. Do you remember in 6th grade when your 6th grade teacher said you invert and multiply? Do you remember that? You say invert and multiply? Anybody hear that? Invert and multiply? Yeah, so you're just going to take the second fraction and flip it. Second fraction, flip it. So let's rewrite this. This is going to be 4x cubed over 9x squared. But we only flip the second one. So I'm going to flip this one, okay? So I flip it and I make it times 9y to the 5th over 16. Okay? So I've done the first step. I flipped it. I just always flip the second one, not the first one. Second one, not the first one. Which one do you flip again? Not the first one. Which one do you flip again?
Second one.
Always flip the.
Okay.
Always flip the. Never the first one, okay? And then solve for k. Okay, good. Now, let's cross cancel, okay? So let's cross cancel. So first of all, this x squared and this x cubed, right? Two of these can cancel two of these, and I'll just be left with an x. You okay with that? This 9 and this 9 can cancel, right? This 9 and this 9 will go a 1 and a 1, right? 4 and 16, how about that? 4 and 16, I cancel, make it a 1 and a 4, okay? So fraction bar, let's see what we have left. So on top, I have an x squared, or I have an x, and a y to the 5th. So on top, I'll have an x and a y to the 5th, okay? On the bottom, I'll have a 4 and a 5, which makes it 20. All right, example 5. Everybody watching, seriously, I'm going to do it wrong. I want you to see this.
Where'd you get the 5?
4 times 5, right?
Where'd you get 5?
I don't know. Hold on, I got...
Oh.
Darling, I love you, but I'm right in the middle of teaching. Well, make it quick. I'm right. In fact, they want to know what I did wrong. So, make it quick. There is no 5. You know that 5 is an exponent, so it should just be 4, right? Yeah. Okay, good, Diana. Yes, go ahead, sweetie. We were going to try to do that 3rd, 4th of May. We're going to try and go camping. Well, we can do that too. No, because I might have state that weekend. Anyway, can I talk to you later about it? I am teaching. Love you, honey. Love you. Bye. There you go. Sorry. Daughters. Here's that cute one back there. Okay, number 5. Here's what I want to show. Watch. Watch. Do not. Everybody watching? Do not do this. Do not do this. It's really tempting, isn't it? Do not do that, right? Can I show you why? Let's say you've got 3 plus 5 over 3 minus 7, okay? What's the answer? Is it 10 over negative 4? Or is it 5 over negative 7? Which one is it? You can't cancel, can you? You're supposed to add them first, aren't you? Right? So don't. Do not do this. So how do you do this problem? How do you do this problem? Your favorite thing, we are going to factor. I know you love to factor. I know it's another F word, isn't it? So, yes. And
Cancel out that x squared. Is there a right on
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're their own.
Yeah.
They're not on the same level.
Right. Anything on the top with anything on the bottom. Does that make sense? Anna, anything on the top with anything on the bottom. Because we can rearrange things, okay? Real easy example, okay? I'm going off track real quick, but 3 times 2 times 5 over 2 times 3 times 5, okay? Okay, you with me? Anything on the top with anything on the bottom, okay? Does that make sense? Anything on the top with anything on the bottom, okay? As long as they're times. As long as they're times. See it? As long as they're times. So number 5, there's no times, so what do? Factor. So we get a x minus 3, x plus 1. Capiche? Capiche? Over x. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now what could we cancel? X plus 1, x plus 1. What's left over? That's your answer. Don't cancel the x's. Don't cancel the x's. That is your answer. Do not cancel your x's. Okay, that's your answer. Unless they're multiplied. If they're multiplied, you can cancel. Okay. How about example 6? You guys remember how to factor that? Anybody?
2x minus 1 is 2x.
How about I help you? X times 2 minus x over an x minus 2 x plus 1. Now this is a bit of a trick question.
That is the answer.
Almost. I'm going to factor out a negative 1. I'm going to take out a negative 1 out of this. and it's going to become a negative 1 times the x, and that's going to make that a positive x, and that's a minus 2. That's pretty tricky, isn't it? That's pretty tricky. Hope that's a 1, sorry, my bad. Okay, so I turned around. I'm going to show that on the side. Okay, check this out. 2 minus x can be the same thing as minus 1 times x minus 2. What's this times this?
Negative x.
What's this times this?
Positive 2.
Right? And I wanted to do that because then I could cancel, right? See, now I can cancel. Tricky, huh? So my answer would be a negative 1x over an x plus 1. Don't cancel the x's. This is getting hard. This is why I said this is the hardest chapter we do. And this is a chapter where you can use your notes, right? Do you believe me it's the hardest chapter we do?
Yeah.
It's already looking like it isn't, because you hate fractions to start with, but now let's put x's in there, right? Okay, 7. Great. Okay, before I do 7, is there anything I can factor? Yeah, let's take out a 3. We'll have an x plus 4. What else could I factor? X plus 2, x minus 2. Now let me rewrite everything on the side. It'd make it easier if I just took the whole thing and rewrote the whole thing over here. So if I wrote the whole thing over here, I'd have an x plus 2 over a 3 times an x plus 4, okay? That's this one here. Okay, that's this one right here. Times, I'll have an x plus 4 over, and I'll just factor that as an x plus 2, x minus 2. So it's a little bit easier if I rewrite it because I can see the whole thing, right? And now it's pretty easy because you can see what cancels, right? So cancel, cancel. X plus 2 cancels with an x plus 2, right? Cancel, cancel. X plus 4 cancels with an x plus 4. So what are we left? What's left on top? There's nothing left on top, but we have to have a number on top because it's a fraction, right? 1. You got to put 1 over 3 times x minus 2. Okay? All right. I promise to help you with this stuff as much as I can. All right, so then, here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at this next one. So before I do anything on this one, I'm going to have to flip this. Okay, you all right with that? Yes, Serena. Oh, Serena, that doesn't help at all. Thank you. Let's flip it. We're going to. It's division. It's division. So let's flip. Okay. This one's going to take some space. I'll try and draw a triangle slowly and small. So I have an x to the 5th minus a 4x cubed over x squared minus x minus 2 times x squared minus 1 over x to the 5th minus x to the 4th minus 2x cubed. Okay? This is a hard problem. I will help you with it. All I just did one thing. I flipped it. That's all I did. So all I did is I flipped it. And the reason I flipped it is because division. So when I divide fractions, I flip and multiply, okay? That's all I've done. Now the next step is to factor, okay? Ready for that? This is the hardest problem on the worksheet. Let me help you with it. Okay, now on the top, I'm going to common factor out an x cubed, okay? So I'm going to take out an x cubed. So I'm going to have an x cubed, and I have an x squared minus 4, okay? Okay, I just took out an x cubed, okay? Took out an x cubed. On the bottom, I'm going to factor this into an x minus 2, x plus 1, okay? This one, I'm going to factor out an x plus 1, x minus 1, okay? There's my factoring. X plus 1, x minus 1. How am I doing, okay? Yeah, if by now we have to know how to factor. We have to. I don't know. We've been on it for about a month, haven't we? Okay, here I'm going to take out an x cubed. Okay, common factor out an x cubed. And I'd be left with a x squared minus a 1x minus a 2. How am I doing? Okay, before I go any further, because there is more work to do, I'm just going to get rid of something really obvious, okay? What do I see that I can get rid of right off the bat? Okay, see the x cubes, right? Can we just get rid of those? Get rid of the x cubes over x cubes, right? That's going to make it a little bit easier, right? Now, there's some more factoring that needs to be done. Yeah, let's take out an x plus 1. Why not? Take out x plus 1. I like that too, okay? Nice. Thanks, Josie. So there is some more factoring to be done. So let's make this into an x plus 2 times x minus 2, right? That one right there, over an x minus 2. Okay, so I just factored the x squared minus 4. And then this one right here, this one can factor into a x minus 2x plus 1. Okay, how am I doing? Factor that and that. Okay, I told you this is the hard one. But now comes the easy part. Here's the part I like. You do all that work and get go. Boom, 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 boom. Cancel, cancel, right? So what can I cancel? X minus 2 with an x. It doesn't really matter, does it, which one? But don't cancel both. Which one do you want? The first one or the second one? I don't care. Kayla, you want the second one? Gone. So can I cancel anything else? No. So what I'm left with is this. On the top, I'd be left with an x plus 2 times an x minus 1, okay? Over an x minus 2 times an x plus 1, okay? All right. Now, let's cross this out because I want to talk about that on the next one, okay? I'm going to talk about that over here, okay? Hard? That was a hard one, wasn't it? Ready to turn the page? Ready, set, go. All right, now, solve for x. So, there's an easy way and there's a hard way. But before we do the easy way, because why not just do the easy way? Before we do the easy way, we got to say something, okay? We're solving for x, right? We're going to get an answer. We're going to say x equals boom. If I get x equals negative 3, I'm going to be mad. If I get x equals negative 3, I'm going to be mad. Cookie Monster is going to be sad. So before we even start this problem, I already know one value. We better not let x equal negative 3. How come? If x were negative 3, what's the problem?
0.
What's the big deal? It makes Cookie Monster sad. So before I even do this problem, I start right with that and say, x cannot equal negative 3. Because negative 3 plus 3 would be 0, right? We'd be divided by 0, Cookie Monster would be sad. So now let's solve it. Now one way you can do it, remember I said there's a hard way and there's an easy way. So the hard way would be just to cross multiply. I'd have an x squared. I'd need to factor and get some answers. That'll work. An easier way, I think I see something. Do you guys see anything? Do you see something? Do you see anything? Aaron, what do you see? So what about this? Could you factor that? Could you factor that? What would that factor into?
X minus 3x plus 3.
Would it make the problem easier if I did that? So let's factor this. So if I factor this, that's a x minus 3, x plus 3 over an x plus 3 equals 7, okay? So now it gets easy because that's boom, gone, right? So then we're left with this really difficult problem, x minus 3 equals 7, right? That's hard. What's x equal, William?
10.
X equals 10. But x cannot equal negative 3. Thumbs up? Now if you had factored and done it the hard way, you would have also gotten an answer of negative 3. But you'd have to throw it out. But why do it the hard way, right? Okay, how about the next one? Okay, before I even start, I know that x cannot equal what? What can't x equal? You guys agree with Aaron? Okay, if it's 1, what's going to happen? If x is 1 right here, Cookie Monster's going to be sad. So x cannot equal 1. And if we get an answer of 1, we're going to throw it out, right? So, do you see anything? Let's factor. Let's make it into an x plus 4 x minus 1 over x minus 1 equals 5. Okay, right? Let's make it easy. Cancel it out, right? Boom to boom. So again, x plus 4 equals 5. Really hard problem to do now. Really tough.
X equals 1.
X equals 1. Uh-oh, I just said x couldn't be 1. So if x can't be 1 and I got 1, what's my answer?
Undefined.
Undefined, no solution. Nice. No solution. All that work just to throw all the answers out, huh? No solution at all. Nice. Okay, 2 to 16 even. There's only 8 problems. Plus 58 makes 9. And I wouldn't mind doing these with you, okay? So let me stop my recording.